Did you know that the little lights in the sky that don't twinkle are planets? Those 5 that don't twinkle are Mercury, Venus, Mars, Jupiter, and Saturn. The rest are stars. When I was little, I wanted to pursue something, anything to do with space. As I got into high school, that changed. I thought a lot more about how I want to make a distinct contribution to humanity. I want to do something that benefits as many people as possible. Would finding planets out there really benefit more than the richest of the rich? Would it benefit more than those who can afford a first-class ticket to a world hundreds of light years away? I still love everything to do with astronomy, so I spend time pursuing it by doing the astronomy event for Science Olympiad. The tests for Science Olympiad the past few years have had a lot to do with exoplanet detection. Besides the Sun, the other stars have planets orbiting about them too. But astronomers didn't even know this until the 1990s. From 2009 to 2018, the Kepler Space Telescope has been a huge part of helping us find exoplanets, most prolifically through transit photometry, also known as the transit method. The transit method takes a bunch of pictures of a distant star and tracks its luminosity. Sometimes the light we get from a star will have dips at consistent intervals. This can be an indicator of a planet orbiting that star. Kepler has seen more than 500,000 stars, making the observations of these dips in light hard to keep track of. Computer algorithms can help fill this gap, but they have to take into account a couple of things. The first one is stellar noise, or pretty much anything that clouds the data. This can come as flares in energy known as solar oscillations or currents of plasma in the star known as solar granulation. Looking at the graphs or light curves, we can figure out the planet's size and orbit time. The orbit time can help us determine how close a planet is to its star, and with some more data and math, anyone can figure out if the planet is in the star's habitable zone. So finding faraway planets that could house life is pretty cool. But how much does this whole process cost? The Kepler Space Telescope, which is a key instrument in transit photometry, cost us about $600 million. The 2023 and 2024 fiscal years had around a $30 billion budget for NASA. 24% of our federal budget goes to health insurance, 8% goes to economic security programs, 5% to education, and 1% to law enforcement. Tacking onto this, the affordability of healthcare, inflation, the quality of K-12 schools, and gun and violent crime are among the top problems facing the U.S. I don't necessarily think it's a hard no on funding transit photometry and exoplanet detection, but I think it's worth considering its value. U.S. citizens are supposed to live in a democracy, and we should have a say in where our taxes go. Do you want your dollars to funnel into climate solutions, or just finding a new climate altogether? Even if we find a perfectly habitable Earth dupe, how do we get there? NASA funding peaked to 4% of our national budget when we were working on the moon landing. We only had to go 238,000 miles for that. How much more will it cost when we have to travel 40 light years away? Humanity has a lot to discover out there, but still a lot to resolve right here. With the perspective, I'm Chloe DeLeon.